Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we're going to do a brief progress update on my progress throughout this season so far, and a little bit of my plans for the next event being Fortification event. So, this last event was PvP, the Temple Raid event, which is great because there's a lot of opportunities for free points with the Temple Guardians, but also it takes up a lot of time if your team is completing a lot of them. Look, some teams are doing 22 of them in an event. I'm sure some teams do a lot more. We did 16 this event, and might get one more done before the time runs out. So my progress so far, as you know, I did Galgrim first, got him completed during the discount period, and then I started the base boost to give my base a little bit of a boost. And then once I got to this last line, I stopped at around this, we probably can't tell, but that last line I left completely empty for a while so that I could focus on getting Morak. And I got Morak up to Garnet, up to Obsidian, and then I just recently, this last event, got him up to the Harbinger Stone because in the next Fortification event, I will be able to hatch my Harbinger dragons. So that'll be exciting, and hopefully that will allow me to get Morak to Harbinger tier next event. And I did open up a bunch of gold chests this past week during the PvP event. I opened about 150 maybe. I got a bunch I spent some diamonds. I had about 40 of them saved up from some of the seasonal prizes. I spent about 40k rubies, 40,000 rubies on gold chests, and then I spent the sigils on the Morak line, as well as some on this base boost branch, and then I spent those gold chests as well. So it did give me a little bit extra inner fires and energy packs, which will help me for next season. And I'm going to do my best this season, as well as I did last season, to spend my rubies more on gold chests if it'll help me reach my goal of completing 3 lines and a mythic without actually preventing me from having a good start next season. Because overall, spending your rubies on gold chests is better for progression in the game. Obviously, you'll get a bunch of timers, embers, egg tokens, and stuff like that you wouldn't get if you spent it on the super sigil chests, which are expected to be coming out next week in the last 2 weeks of the season. But the super sigils are a great way if you're tight on resources, if you need that last little bit of sigils and you only have a short supply of rubies, or spending too much on gold chests would potentially ruin your setup for next season, then the super sigils are a great way. So depending on how things play out, I may end up spending some on the super sigil chests as well this season, so that I have as many gold chests, or as many rubies for gold chests next season as I need to have the start that I would like to. So that is my progression in the season so far. Now, for my plans in Fortification event, we're back to Fortification. This is one of my favorite events because I really like building my base. I like building up higher levels, building up that defense power. So my plans for this event, I will be getting to 4 million points for that prize tier. I will go from level 263 to 282. My goal was to break 280 so that I can level up my incubator and incubate my Harbinger dragons. So in order to do this, I was limited on how many levels I could put on my main kill island because of the lack of Harbinger eggs to increase my builder hut any further. So I'll have a max kill island level 60 towers. My farms and mills are already at max level 62, and then in order to gain the levels I need to enter Harbinger tier so I can continue breeding and up leveling my base, I hit a point where I was required to build an extra tower. So I'm actually going to start a lightning tower, and I figured I would level the perch. The perch is level 31. It's not a ton of experience. Let's see, where is the XP here? So it's only 271,000 experience compared to the lightning tower that I'll be leveling up, which is just over 1 million experience. So I mean, the perch, it is a fair amount of experience, but it will be nice to have that extra perch available so I can put my construction rider on there and still have my defense rider on my base throughout the event. And then the lightning tower to level 48 will get me to my goal. And if I didn't upgrade the perch, I would only be getting an extra like 1 or 2 levels on the lightning tower anyways. Maybe a few more than that, but it was only like a couple levels. It didn't seem significant, so I decided to just do the perch in there this time as well. And I'm doing a lightning tower because lightning towers can be very strong, especially at higher levels. And so I had decided a long time ago, and then I forgot about it, but somebody reminded me that I wanted to work on lightning towers whenever I reached a point that I needed more experience. And this is because lightning towers are pretty decent on resources because they don't require embers, so it's just lumber. So that's you're not going to get yourself into a hole by having too many towers and adding a lightning tower. And then it'll allow me in the future, if I do expand to the long middle island, I can add another flak tower at that point when I realize what I need. But I do know that the lightning towers can be very effective, especially at the back of a long middle island. And personally, I've struggled with bases that have them. And so I'm excited about starting that. I don't think it'll be very effective for me right now. It'll probably just sit behind my farms and mills. But hey, it's a start, and it'll be a stepwise process. So I won't be changing my kill island up at this time. And then on my main base, I'll be my breeding den, my breeding, what's it called? Breeding castle, my builder hut 1 level. The den will go up several levels, actually 6 levels. So I'll get some stronger dragons out of this event. And then of course my incubator will go up 1 level so I can incubate the harbinger dragons, and my storage a couple levels as well, just to keep that up to pace and get the extra points for the event. So that's my plan for this fortification event. Let me know how your progress has been throughout this season so far and what your plans are for this next fortification event. And we'll see you in the next video.